Nice.
Mario is one of the most beloved characters in all of anime. He has touched the hearts of trillions and everybody likes him. But Mario wasn't always at the top. And today, with my friend Fishboy, we're going to dive in by showing you the history of Mario.
As any true gamer boy god such as myself should know, Mario Jumpman Mario was born in 1948 to his loving mother, Sandra P. Mario, and his father, Jonathan C.U.2 Mario. Mario was made fun of in elementary school for his middle name, Jumpman, which actually wasn't a popular name in the 1950s if you can believe it. However, the origin of that middle name was quite the story. You see, one day when Mario was young, he almost got hit by a drunk driver, but instead of evading the car, he decided to jump right over it. A person passing through saw the entire event and exclaimed, "Wow, that must be some sort of Jumpman." Before leaving the scene, Mario's father heard this and immediately took off to go change Mario's middle name from Mario to Jumpman. Unfortunately, they also left Mario on the road badly injured because a 3-year-old cannot jump over a moving vehicle.
Throughout Mario's high school days, the insults towards his middle name started to die down after Michael Jordan became popular. However, Mario wanted to make some money off of the Jordan brand, who was using the likeness of Jumpman in their campaign to sell shoes. Mario threatened to sue the Jordan brand unless they gave him part ownership of the company, and that is where Mario's fame began. He made millions off of marketing those hip Jordans to the public, and soon enough, our man became synonymous with the brand. As you can see by this chart, Michael Jordan brand shoes shot up in popularity right as Mario started to rep them.
Mario's lofty connections as part owner of the Jordan brand led rising company Philips to discover his talents. Philips had just recently begun development on a revolutionary disc-based system and needed someone to be in their launch title. Mario was all in. The game was based on climbing up and down escalators in a hotel, crushing those in his way, and saving some trap named Peach. Mario was all for this as he knew the Philips CDI would be a huge success, and he was right. After this, Mario signed a contract with Philips, and his popularity skyrocketed to seemingly impossible levels. However, he lost his position in Jordan as a result due to a contract dispute. Mario didn't really read the contract, I mean, who does really?
At this point, Mario was on top of the world. His games were bestsellers, he rose above his old job as a Jordan brand owner, and moved on to greener pastures. A little known piece of Mario trivia many people seem to overlook is the expansive development history of his first game, Hotel Mario. Lead of the Philips programming team, Yuji Naka, was brought on board to create the physics of Hotel Mario, and laid the groundwork for the rest of his series. His importance cannot be understated, as he played a huge part in the success of the Mario series. With his guidance, the Mario series grew and practically pumped out sequels one after another.
Mario had his very own development team, called Mario Team, that constantly created great games throughout the 90s and early 2000s. Classics such as Mario Shuffle, Mario Teaches Typing, Mario Takes Over the Planet, and Family Guy Online. That only skims the surface of the breathtaking games that Mario Team was able to produce in their prime.
This is known as the golden age of Mario amongst fans.
This is what I grew up with. And while the later Mario games aren't as good because that's not what I grew up with, I can live to accept them. With a tear in my eye and my fedora securely fastened on my sweaty forehead, I must march towards the future.
Eventually, Mario became so popular that he was invited to be a part of the new Smash Bros. Project. The project was going to be a racing game, but then Mario suggested that it be a fighting game because he wanted to mercilessly abuse his competition. The development team loved the idea and decided to listen to Mario. The game was wildly successful, as it brought all of Nintendo's characters together, like Kevin and Gumball. However, it wasn't all positive. In a TMZ interview, popular character Assassin's Creed described what it was like working with Mario. He was quoted as saying, "I don't know man, he's kind of a dick." This hurt Mario's reputation, as he was now seen as somewhat of a dick.
In any case, Mario continued to make games into the mid-2000s, where Mario Team decided to take a different approach to the series. They seek to have the series grow along with the players, with more complex and deep plots. For this, they brought on acclaimed action movie director, Hideo Kojima, to future projects. While some players were opposed to the shift in tone, many welcomed it with their greasy cheese puff-covered hands. With this new direction, they started to tack on many characters to the series that didn't need to be there. Characters like Stewie Griffin, Umaru-chan, Dante from the Devil May Cry series, and just too many more to name. But what really got fans' blood boiling was the change in shade of red on Mario's cap. We won't comment on the matter as it is a touchy subject to a lot of people.
This is where our story takes the obligatory depressing turn. After mediocre sales and less than stellar review scores, Mario fell into a deep depression, and even turned to drugs. I'm sure you are all well aware of how much Mario likes his mushrooms, right? Well, those are just normal mushrooms, so they didn't really affect him at all. But the crack did. Mario's drug addiction reached its summit during a party celebrating his baseball team's victory in the Mushroom World Series. Mario got into an altercation with one of his teammates after a heated game of rock, paper, scissors. The police were called and Mario was taken to jail. Luckily, he showed the police his get-out-of-jail-free card, so that the arrest wouldn't be put on record.
After hearing about Mario's poor behavior, Konami threatened to drop Mario from their game lineup if he didn't clean up his act. For a while, Mario continued to feed his drug addiction. At one point, he got so high that he thought he was in space. When he told his friends at Sega about his experience, they thought it would be a perfect concept to turn into a game. From here, all of Mario's troubles were gone in an instant, and the new Mario Team executive producer, Masashi Kishimoto, and gameplay designer Koji Kondo began working on Project No Man's Sky. This title wouldn't hold the public's interest for very long, and it was deemed shallow, boring, and it seemed to lack the substance that made the other titles more interesting. Eventually, the name was changed to Mario Galaxy, which made way more sense if you look at it
Objectively.
Mario Galaxy exploded Mario's popularity and completely redeemed his past wrongdoings. It even outsold his most popular title, Mario Paint.
That brings us to today, and though the future looks promising for the Mario series, some doubt still lingers that the series might go into another dark age, but as fans we must remain hopeful, as we always have been, even through the hard times.
That was our summarized retelling of the long and complicated story of the Mario series. So many twists and turns cement the story of Mario's rise to power as an unforgettable journey to be remembered for all of time.
Thanks for watching.